Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're going to do a full update, as I do every morning. We'll talk about what to expect. We'll talk about some fundamentals. Although at this point of time, I think the most relevant fundamentals for XRP is nothing really pertaining or nothing specifically about Ripple itself. We haven't had major news in a while. I think yesterday we got some Solana ETF application news, which I'm not sure how much that matters still, because I think they're changing the whole process, but that maybe very indirectly matters for XRP. I don't think we have seen any market reaction, so I'm not even sure why I brought it up. But okay, but the general market circumstances do matter for XRP. XRP has been holding 2.8. Over the course of the last 2 days or so, but it's also not really strong, even though in my videos I told you I think we will rally from here. And honestly, I still do think that. I think it's most likely, when we're front running my prediction and my whole analysis right here, but I think it's most likely that XRP is going to be able ultimately to reclaim 2.85 right here, and that we will be able to get a move into that level at 2.95, 2.96, and potentially even higher into $3. I still think that's most likely. The thing is that short term, I'm not too I'm sure I don't expect it very soon, all right? And that's for multiple reasons. First of all, XRP has been relatively weak. Yesterday we spiked down a little bit lower. That was expected, right? In my last video I told you, we can spike down into 2.78, we can spike down into 2.76. That's still a possibility. We still have some minor support levels there which we can fall back into, and that would be fine. So we still do have that. So in that sense we are holding support, but we're not really gaining that much momentum from that. And then specifically for XRP, we can see that XRP BTC is still in a downtrend. You can see yesterday that continued to fall down lower. We are not yet, although we're getting closer, but we're not yet at a major support level. If we hit that, my tone will change, right? I mean, then I will get more certain about XRP, at least holding support and potentially getting a bullish move from there. But this is XRP specifically, but this is something we see in the entire market. Most altcoins right now, there are very, very few exceptions, are stronger than Bitcoin, and that is fine if Bitcoin is moving upwards. But if Bitcoin is pulling back, which it has done a couple of times quite aggressively over the course of the last week, that's bad news, right? So ultimately, if we zoom out here on XRP, like, we have a very strong support level, basically all the way down to 2.7, which we've hit a couple of times. I would even argue we can drop down into 2.58 and then still recover. Do I expect that? No, but it's a possibility, right? So we still have a lot of support left, but that means everything fundamentally that I just said about Bitcoin and its strength. That means that I think short term it is you very much need to be aware of the possibility of spikes down here, right? Spikes down here, and then ultimately I expect recovery, and then ultimately I expect a reclaim of 2.85. 2.85 is the most important key level we have to reclaim before we can actually get bullish on XRP on the lower time frames again. So do I expect that? Yes. Do I expect that short term? At this point of time, no. I think it's more likely we will get some spikes down, get some stability, and then get the reclaim. But I'll keep you updated on that. I mean, I think that's what you need to know for now. I mean, obviously Friday is a bit of a tricky day, not specifically for XRP, but for the markets, Friday can be quite tricky. For XRP in the last month, Friday is actually quite positive. So, maybe that's a good thing. Let's end the video on a positive note right here. But that's what I think you need to know regarding XRP for now. So hopefully that helps. But thank you for watching. Take care and bye.